Welcome into Lady Wildcat State Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. We're here getting ready for the Lovington-Kirkland game, and we're going to start off right away with a break to do the national anthem. We'll be back with your pregame and game coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Softball action. And the Lady Cats, of course, coming into this one, they are seeded 5th. They're playing Kirkland Central, seeded 7th. Kirkland earned their way in here by yesterday. They beat Berlin 15-0, a real slapdown. And the Lady Wildcats fell to number 1 seed Artesia. And that score yesterday, I believe, was 6-0.
I believe that is correct.
And that means it sets up this early morning match with these two teams. Whoever wins moves on. Whoever loses goes home. So this is must-win time. The Lady Cats now in the consolation bracket, so they must defeat Kirkland to move on. If they do, they turn around and play another game right after this one on a different field. I think we move over to Field 3. And if they win that one, then they play a third game today. And that's the way that they're trying to earn their way into tomorrow and to be able to take on, presumably, Artesia again in the state championship round, TJ.
Well, you would certainly think so, and Lovington no stranger to having to come up through the elimination bracket. They've had to do it the last 2 times they've made the championship game, so, of course, last season and then 2 seasons prior to that. So going to be important for the Lady Cats to just come out, be focused today, get the bats going, get good, consistent pitching, and try and minimize the mistakes while taking advantage of the other team's mistakes.
All right, so the home team is Kirkland Central. So Lovington will be up to bat first. And your order, number 17, Leslie Corral at shortstop will bat first. Number 2, Delilah Reese, your designated player, batting second. She'll be on deck. And number 6, Zimri Ellis, your center fielder, is batting third. She'll be in the hole. And then your cleanup hitter, number 23, Johanna Ochoa at first. Number 10, Zoe Blackwell playing second, batting fifth. Number 15, Zoe Ellis, is playing third base, and she'll be batting sixth. Number 12, Braylon Hernandez, who's pitching, is batting seventh. 21, Bailey Garcia in left field, eighth, and batting ninth is number 1, Bethany Tavera, your catcher. And then number 4, Aubrey Rivera playing right field as your flex player. So Corral up first.
And the first pitch to her was outside for ball 1.
So a 1-0 count. Now in the circle for Kirkland Center, that is Benali pitching, and that comes up way high for ball number 2. So here we are, start of the game. And Corral with a 2-0 count. Nobody on, of course, nobody out. And that is going to miss, presumably outside. From our point, we are sitting left of the home plate. We are right between home plate and the dugout, the Lovington girls' dugout, and right next to the official scorekeeps table. So from the left, we don't have a true idea of in and out, of left and right and inside, outside of the plate. And that one also is a
called strike one.
That's right, 3-1 count. So apparently that one brought in over the outside corner.
And the take sign you've got to think on there for Corral.
You would think. And so he swings and golfs one up, pops it completely up. It would have been a called ball. It was low, but she picked it up and popped it up, and shortstop caught that. So a pop out to position 6 in the books. Shortstop for out number 1, Leslie
Tosi didn't even have to really work on that. Leslie probably needed to get the pitching wedge out to get that one. It was so low and got a piece of it, but popped it up, and that's a mental mistake swinging at ball 4.
Yeah. So that actually was the third baseman who came over. Is that right?
No, it was Tosi at shortstop.
Okay.
You've got a Tosi at third and a Tosi at short.
Oh, okay. All right.
And the first pitch to Ruiz is strike 1.
I've got Mile at shortstop in my book.
I will double check that.
All right. So 1 out, nobody on. And Reese catches a piece of that one to foul it back. So 0-2 count on her. There is an electronic scoreboard, a small one, and it's very far away. It's very hard to see. I usually don't even look at it. Oh, and a swing and a miss. She was way in front of that one. So she went down 3 pitches, three strikes. So strikeout number 1 for Benali in the circle. But Reese went down swinging, and she got a piece of it. So Benali does throw heat. She's a capable pitcher. 2 outs now, nobody on, and it's up to Zimri Ellis. Try to get the 2-out rally going. Try to get Lovington on the board. She cuts at the first pitch she sees and fouls it off, out of play off to the right for strike 1.
And you are correct. It is Mile at shortstop. I just wrote it down wrong.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to blame my trifocals.
All right. So that was a pop out to Mile at shortstop and swing. Lovington already showing a little bit of a struggle against the heat that Benali is bringing. They're really going to have to catch up and get their timing of the bat fixed. They're known as a hitting team. Well, and 0-2 count now on Ellis, and she pops that one up out of play off to the left. She was a little ahead of that one, and there was a little bit. Benali took a little speed off. That was not a true changeup, but it was an off-speed pitch. Count remains 0-2 on Ellis. 2 outs, nobody on. After Ellis, if Ellis finds her way on, it's Ochoa on deck, Blackwell in the hole. That misses high and outside. So ahead of the count, Benali thought she would throw up something a little off speed and outside, see if Ellis would chase, and she did not. And there's another one fouled off, out of play. So Zimri Ellis, who leads the team in batting average and on-base percentage, followed closely by Ochoa, making some contact. It just doesn't have her timing figured out completely on this pitcher. And there's a true changeup. It floats up high, and it was a good job of laying off that one. It had to look really juicy coming up there, TJ.
Yeah, I think she picked up the spin, though, and noticed that it was going to come high, so a good eye to even it up at 2-2.
Yep, 2-all. And there's a little weak hit back to the circle. Benali picks it up and tosses up to Belen at first. So positions 1-3 in the book. Out number 3, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first inning scoreless here. More Lady Wildcat State softball action coming up on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve. When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat State Softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZ, where Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. And at the after one half of an inning played, scoreless, and Lovington now in the field, and the home team, Kirkland Central, up to bat. Number 2, Lacey Parrish, the catcher, will start things off, followed by number 3, Kaylana Chi, who plays second base, and batting third will be number 4. And I believe that is
Haley Lloyd.
Haley. Okay, I can't even read my own writing after quickly doing the book. So Haley Lloyd, who's playing right field. And then batting fourth cleanup is number 11, Rory Benali, the pitcher. Batting fifth is number 12, Kiara Sosi at third base. Batting fifth is Easton Mile at shortstop. Batting seventh is 18, Kaylin Boleyn at first. Batting eighth is Eliana Hosteen in center field. And batting ninth is number 10, Amelia Gomez in left field. So first pitch, getting ready. That is Braylon Hernandez in the circle for Lovington. And the first pitch is heat. Call strike. So 0-1 count on first batter up. Braylon is in the circle. And that is Tavera behind the plate. That's your battery. And that's going to miss outside for ball number 1. 1-1 count. At first, Ochoa at second, Blackwell. Corral at short. Zoe Ellis at third. Garcia in left. Zimri Ellis in center. And Rivero in right. And that's going to miss high for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Braylon can bring the power, but sometimes she has a little bit of trouble, especially early in games, finding the zone. Needs to settle in quickly.
And a swing and a miss as Parrish chases a high one. It had some rise to it. Probably looked pretty good coming in, and then she swung under it and a little late. So a fastball riser. So Parrish backing out of the box, get adjusted. Now stepping back in on a 2-2 count. That's a changeup that misses. Kind of got hung up, and a good time to throw a changeup to miss the zone. So outside, that's going to run the count full. Full count. Chi on deck, Lloyd in the hole. And a beautiful pitch, and wow, brought the heat. Looked like it caught the outside corner in a check swing that Parrish could not pull back. So strikeout number 1, out number 1.
And I think that probably would have been a strike anyway. I think maybe Parrish was thinking another off-speed pitch, maybe a breaking ball or another changeup, and just wasn't ready for the heat that Braylon brought on that one. Good pitch for Hernandez.
First out, nobody on. That brings up Chi to the plate, followed by Lloyd, and now Benali in the hole. If they get that far, Lovington would like to shut things down, 3 up, 3 down. That's a good pitch and a call strike on Chi. Not her full heat, a mid-speed pitch, and it looked like it was either over the center or breaking slightly to the outside. So nice. Strike 1. And a beautiful pitch. Now she brought the heat, and that looked like a straight fastball down the middle, and Chi was way behind that
and
on
that's
the swing.
That's a challenge pitch right there from Braylon. Just threw it up there and said, here you go. If you can hit it, you can have it. And I don't think you could hit it, and at least that time she couldn't.
And that it took a little bit off of it, but hung it up a little bit high. And I find that that's true with Braylon a lot. When she takes a little speed off, sometimes it hangs up a little bit high on her. And 1-2 count. She's still ahead of this batter, though, doing a good job early on in the circle. And swing and a miss. Another two strikeouts, and goes down swinging. So 2 outs, 2 strikeouts for Braylon Hernandez, looking good, and brings up the third batter, number 4. That is Haley Lloyd, playing right field. Kirkland came in, and I was surprised that because Boleyn was not that much of a lower seed, and they just took care of business, waxed them 15-0 yesterday, and then had the rest of the day off to prepare for this game. That's going to miss outside for ball 1. So 2 outs, a 1-0 count. And that's going to miss high for ball 2. So 2-0. 2 strikeouts, 2 batters, pretty efficient. Took the first one to a full count, but ended up getting her. And that is going to miss outside for ball 3. So 3-0 to count.
Pretty good pitch right there. It's just Lloyd noticed that it was probably, at least from our perspective, going to be a little outside.
She let it go.
So now 3-0 will be interesting to see if the number 3 hitter has the green light. If Hernandez just tries to kind of run something through there.
And Braylon's got to hit the zone. She doesn't. She pulls it up 4 straight balls for a walk. So after back-to-back strikeouts, now 2 outs with a runner on first. And that is going to bring up their cleanup batter. That is number 11, Rory Benally, the pitcher. So Benally will step in with 2 outs and a runner on first to work with. And that's the heat at the knees right there. And on the outside corner for call, strike 1. And Benally leaned on it, but did not offer. So 0-1 count. I think Braylon a little frustrated, having walked that previous batter and brought the heat and then some. But this one up a little high. So 1-1 the count. Sosi now on deck and Mile in the hole if they get that far. Lovington, since they did not put any runs across in there at bat, they really need to hold Kirkland Central scoreless here. And that one hangs up really high, coming up and doing a good job to get that down to Vera. Otherwise, probably would have been a runner sitting at first right now, or second base right now. Instead, the runner stays at first. That is Lloyd, who worked the walk. And that's going to miss low and outside more than likely.
Yeah, Tavera trying to frame it up, but the ump behind the plate just not buying it. So now a 3-1 count. If you're Hernandez here, got to bear down. You don't want to lose Benally, although cleanup hitter, it's probably not the worst thing in the world if you do.
And that one is contact, and it's a high fly ball headed over to right field. Coming over for it, though, is Zimmery from center, and no problem. She has got good range and speed out there, and from center field, she can get a lot, and she got that one. So, got out of trouble as Benally gives it a ride, but a fly out to position 8 in the books for out number 3, and we've done a full inning now and still scoreless. So no runs, no hits, no error, 1 left on base. We go to the top of the second. More Lady Wildcat State softball action coming up.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
Norlee General Hospital supports all Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norlee Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norlee General Hospital? Call Norlee at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat State softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we're back to your Lady Cats, the visiting team. And up is number 23, Johanna Ochoa. And we're 2 pitches into this, and
2-0.
Yep, 2-0. Both pitches are balls. I could see the 2. I didn't know if it was which way it went. Ooh, a smack and a high fly ball headed out to right field. It could be trouble, and it is, as Lloyd out there in right has trouble gauging that. Comes in on it a little too much, hits her glove, and she loses it. So Ochoa will reach on an E9.
And that's a case of Lloyd coming in on it. Yeah, as you mentioned, she overran it. We don't have much wind, but it kind of carried just a little bit. And then I preach it all the time, fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. She just reached up with the glove and tried to kind of slap at it. If she sets, opens up wide, and then uses 2 hands, Johanna is out, but now she stands at first with the error. First runner of the game for Lovington.
And 10, Zoe Blackwell up next. Blackwell playing second base in this one. And the first pitch is going to come in. It is a ball. So 1-0 count on Blackwell. Ochoa sitting on first via the E9 and no outs. Good chance. Oh, and there's a slap, and it is a high fly ball. It's a pop foul, and The first baseman, Boleyn, calls for it and catches it closer to the Kirkland Central dugout. So Blackwell gave it a high five. It took a while to come down.
It did, especially in the atmosphere up here.
Yeah, she launched that up in the air.
Kind of an in-out upswing and just popped it up because she didn't catch it solid. So now it'll be Ellis's turn.
Yeah,
that's Zoe.
A foul pop out to position 3 for out number 1, and Zoe Ellis comes up to the plate. First pitch is going to be high for ball 1. So 1 out, 1 on, and a 1-0 count on Zoe Ellis batting in the 6th slot. A slow little roller, and the throw down to first is not going to get Ellis. There's a lot of speed on the base pass, and beautiful little roller. Actually, I thought she swung away on it. Did she bunt?
Nope, she bunted.
She bunted.
She dropped the bunt very late and put it down perfectly down the line.
Yeah.
Interesting to note, though, I think if Parrish just lets that one keep rolling, it goes foul. But she picked it up before it went into foul territory, and that one just kind of went out there and died where nobody could get to it. Great job on the bunt by Ellis, and a mental mistake by Parrish.
Yeah, it was a perfect bunt. The pole was. I looked up, and the crossbar of the pole was in my way, and I didn't see her drop the bunt down, but I knew where it landed. I saw it land and thought, wow, perfect. Whether she intended that or not, it was beautiful. So runners on first and third now, and number 12, Braylon Hernandez, the pitcher, up to the plate. And she swings and cuts at that, fouls it back to the screen. So 0-2 count on Braylon Hernandez. 1 out, runners at the corners for the Lady Cats.
Nope, first and second.
Oh, first and second. That was wishful thinking. A swing and a miss. And out. Number 2. So strikeout, swing and a miss. And that brings up number 21, Bailey Garcia, left fielder, the plate. So 2 outs now. Runners at first and second. I said at the corners, but they are still at first and second. And that's going to, it was a line drive shot. Bailey hit the first pitch she saw, and I thought it was going to drop in right behind second base. But a good play by Chi robbed Garcia and ends the Lovington threat. So Garcia has a little line out to position 4 in the books for out number 3, and that's going to do it. So 5 up, 3 down, no runs on 1 hit, the bunt single. No errors.
1 error.
1 error and 2 left on base. So we're going to go to the bottom of the second inning. Lady Cats out in the field, and we'll be back. We're still scoreless in this one. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat State softball action.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely, the SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat State softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan, and here we are, bottom of the second inning. Kirtland Central coming up to the plate. It is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 due up for Kirtland Central, and that's going to be Sosi, Mile, and Boleyn. First time through the order for them, for Kirtland Central. So these batters first time seeing Braylon Hernandez in the circle. Your battery again is Hernandez, Tavera for Lovington, and Ochoa, Blackwell, Corral, Ellis from right to left infield, Garcia, Zimri, Ellis, and Rivero outfield left to right. Here we go. First pitch into this batter is going to miss high. Fast ball, but a riser that rose too much. So a 1-0 count. Here we are. Bottom of the second inning. Nobody on, nobody out. And that is also going to miss high and outside for ball 2. So Hernandez, again, she did well. She struck out 2. First 2 batters she faced, she struck out. She walked the third one. And then the 4th batter she faced was a fly out. That's going to miss just a little low. Good fastball. She brought it down, but brought it down just a little too much, just shade too much. So
outfield has adjusted a little bit at the start of the second. They're playing way deep. I think they saw the carry on some of those pops, and so Coach McCraw and Coach Martin moving it back a little.
And that's going to hit the zone, a call, strike 1. So Yeah, Hernandez hit it when she had to on a 3-0 count, and the take sign was on for Sosi. So now 3-1. Here in this game that Lovington must win to move on. They're in the consolation bracket now, and a hit, high fly ball headed out. Backing up for it is Blackwell from second base. It was a good catch and a good move, I think, for her to back up. Coming in on it was Rivero to back things up in right field, but Blackwell with the grab.
And again, good fundamentals. She used two hands. She didn't pop the other hand on, but she had it ready in case there was any bobble at all. So good job out at second, going back there for Blackwell, and Rivero there to back her up. So heads-up play.
Two hands is what I always learned coming up. Two hands. You reach up to grab a ball, then a fly ball pop up. Two hands. One's in the glove, the other's there to help. And to catch it if you happen to drop it or bobble it. That's going to miss. First pitch into Mile. The shortstop is going to be a little high and outside for ball one. Now Boleyn.
Oh, ball in from next door.
Oh, so Mile is up to the plate. Boleyn is on deck, and Hosteen is in the hole. So, yeah, we're in a cloverleaf 4 fields right here at Cleveland High School. Beautiful changeup. Oh, and it's
must have missed just inside.
Must have missed just inside, maybe, because that looked really good from here, and it looked good to Tavera. She held it. She didn't frame it. She just held it for the ump to check out and have a little extra time. That misses outside, so, and a little bit more heat on that one. So 3-0 the count, and again, so Hernandez going to have to find the zone on this one. All right. And that one does find the zone. Now hits the outside corner right above the knees. A nice pitch, and the take sign again was on all the way for Mile. 1 out, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the second inning, scoreless so far in this one. Ooh, a well-hit ball out to left field.
Goodbye.
And it's and it's gone. Yep, it is. It's gone as Garcia gave it chase. But, wow, she pulled that all the way around, and it had no trouble clearing left field. That's going to be a solo home run for Mile, and that puts Kirkland Central on the board 1-0.
And I think Braylon threw a little bit. I'm not quite sure just because of our angle if it was a changeup or a curve, but whatever it was, it hung up and it just ran in there, screaming, hit me, and Mile did just that, and she hits it a mile out to left. So that's back to the northeast from where we sit.
That's right, and it had no trouble clearing the fence. It was almost, more than a line drive shot. It had a lot of power in it, but that's okay. Now 1 out and nobody on, and 1-0, and that's something that when you're in the field you don't think about that because you're not supposed to. Shake it off and think about getting outs. And Boleyn, the first baseman, steps to the plate, a left-handed batter. And the first pitch is going to be high and outside for ball one. So 1-0 is your early score here. We're in the bottom of the second. Kirtland probably a hitting team because I know that they nailed. Oh, and she pulled that all the way around and foul out of play.
And gotten just a little bit under that one, but she was sitting dead red on that. And Braylon decided to give her what she wanted. Lucky she swung under that, or we might have had back-to-back dingers.
Yeah, she's apparently got a lot of power at the plate. 1-1 count. And that one is a line drive shot headed out to deep right field. It gets by Rivero. Going to run to the fence. She's running after it. And the runner passes second base, headed to third. The throw comes in to third. And she beats it out, a stand-up triple. A stand-up triple for Boleyn.
And nothing Rivero can do on that one. Her angle maybe not quite ideal, but really took about as good as she could and just couldn't quite get to it. And Ellis was playing right in straightaway center. She couldn't get to it. You know, the old saying, hit them where they ain't, and that's exactly what Boleyn just did. And now she stands at third after motoring out there. As that one kind of kicked around the wall a little bit, too. Took a funny hop away from Rivero, and so she had to give chase, which really is what gave Boleyn time to get all the way to third with that triple.
And not even sliding in. But that was a good throw. Rivero hit her relay, and the relay throw over to, I believe that was Corral, shot it over to Zoe Ellis, and it was right on target. In fact, if Boleyn had been a step slower, they would have tagged her out at third.
Yeah, it would have been a very close play.
So now Coach McCraw going out, little timeout. He just wants to settle everybody down. He's not making any changes. Doesn't look like. He's going to go back.
Yep.
Going to go back to the dugout. So no changes, just a pep talk saying, all right, gave up one run, but still one out. Worry about the outs. If you have to give up a run to get the out, that's probably what you're going to do. So if you have an infield hit, unless it's just to third base and it's going to be an easy one to try to go home. If the runner goes home, you're going to turn it. You're going to try to hit first. You're probably going to just go for the out. And the first pitch is in. I tell you, there's a lot of heat, and it was high and outside on Hosteen, as you can see some frustration in that pitch. As Hernandez, she's got a lot of heat in the tank when she wants to use it. It's harnessing that sometimes it's the problem. And a chase high as Hosteen like that. Braylon took just a little speed off of that. Not a changeup at all, just a slightly off-speed pitch, and it ran high, and Hosteen just couldn't lay off of it. So 1-1, one out, a runner on third. Oh, and a change of speed pitch, waiting on that one, and lifts it high in the air. It's rolls all the way to the wall as Garcia out there, and the throw in is to second base, and it will keep it to a single, but it is an RBI single for Hosteen as she's on first, and Boleyn was able to easily come home as that was a line drive shot out there between left and center.
Yeah, Bailey got to that one about as good as she could out there, but that was just a screamer that cleared the heads of Ellis and Corral and then rolled all the way to the wall again. Hit them where they ain't.
And now another left-handed batter up as we go to number 10, Amelia Gomez, your left fielder. And first pitch is going to be high to her. So one out, 2 runs across. There is a runner at first.
And just a quick note, Quiroga heading to the bullpen to start getting warm.
All right. Quiroga not in at all, not even DPing or anything in the lineup to start this one. Swing and foul all the way around for strike one. So I believe the count's 1-1.
Yes.
And one out and a runner on first. And the score 2-0. Boleyn definitely aggressive at the plate. Very much a hitting team. They're not DPing anybody.
No, Kirkland likes what they've got there.
And there is, it's going to miss just outside. Tavetta behind the plate held it up. She didn't have to frame it at all, just held it up for the ump to say, give him a chance to see it as a strike. He
and
said,
a lot of
no.
times when you don't move the glove, that helps your case.
It
so
does.
Must have been just a little too far off that corner.
And Tavetta's good to not move her glove, which she catches it and keeps it dead still. That one misses high for ball 3. So 3-1. One out. One out, that is Hosteen on first after her RBI single, and that misses low and outside for ball 4. So 4 straight balls, and that's going to put a runner on first. So one out, runners at first and second now. And that's the second walk that's issued. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks by Hernandez. That brings up top of the order again. Top of the order, number 2, Lacey Parrish, your catcher. She struck out her first time up. This is her second plate appearance.
Bunts it foul down the left side.
Right for strike 1. So an 0-1 count on her. And it'll be interesting to see if she goes ahead and tries a bunt here, apparently.
Trying to get,
Coach,
with just one out, trying to get the runners moved around. That's the whole purpose here.
Coach Mason, they have an out to give. No, she's hitting away on this one and fouls it out of play.
And we're waiting on new softballs to come in. There we go. There's at least one.
The ump needs to reload his pouches. Running out, so they're bringing some of them in. Got 3 fresh ones in. So making a reload. Man, it's tough. As a pitcher, you almost never want to see. Oh, interesting. With in tournament play, you often, with so many balls in play, it's especially early in the day, they give you a lot of new balls that are just fresh out of the box. And as a pitcher, you usually don't like a fresh ball. I never did. I don't like it fresh. A hit back right to the circle and a throw over as Braylon Hernandez remembers where the runners are and throws over to third base to get the lead runner for the second out. Smart, and a good throw and a good catch over there by Zoe Ellis. So that is Lacey Parrish, who is out 1-5.
Actually, Parrish reaches on the fielder's choice.
Oh, that's right. Parrish reaches on the fielder's choice because she's on first. Sorry about that. And it is the leadoff run at Hosting, who is thrown out at third, 1-5 in the books.
And we do have a pinch runner, courtesy runner in the game for the catcher, Parrish. That'll be Elena Sandus over at first now.
Okay. I think it's just Sands. I think I wrote it down to Sands.
Oh, okay.
Sands.
You're probably right.
So, yeah.
I've said it before. I think coaches go to the doctor school of handwriting, so we're kind of...
All right.
Oh,
and there is a grounder over to Zoe Ellis, third baseman. She picks it up, fires it over to first. Nicely done. Nicely played. So 5-3 in the books to get Chi out at first. So that's 3 outs, but not before Kirkland Central's able to plate 2. So they get 2 runs, and they do that on, let's see, 1, 2, 3 hits. 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors committed, and 2 left on base. So we go to the bottom. Yep, we're going to the bottom of the third inning here. Second inning. Sorry, I've got my book.
I know. I hate these new books.
I know, and I've got them. I've got the home team where the visitor is, and the visitor team where the home team is. So I'm flipping my books and trying to keep up with this. But yeah, we're going to go to the top of the third inning, and it's going to be Lovington coming up to the plate, and we'll be back with more Lady Wildcat State Softball action. They trail 2-0. We'll be back in just a moment.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
And welcome back. Lady Wildcat State Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZOR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we are at the top of the third inning, and it is your visiting Lady Cats who are at bat, and they've got a little bit of a hole to dig out of as it's 2-0 Kirkland Central. First pitch is lifted up high, but it's going to go foul off the left side, and wow, nice as number 3.
It's actually Tavera.
It's Tavera. Is okay.
Number 9.
Yep, number 9. We're at the bottom of the order. It's 9, 1, and 2 due up again, getting used to this different look book. So, yeah. And
takes a big cut at strike number 2. She was sitting dead red on that one. Was on the first pitch, too. A smart pitch by Benali to take something off of it. Tavera very aggressive at the plate.
Yeah, she hit the first pitch that she saw in her first plate appearance. I mean, this is the first time through the order, and she is batter number 9, Bethany Taverio, catcher, and that misses for a ball. So 1-2 is your count on Tavera, looking to try to get something started for Lovington, and that is going to be fouled back out of play.
And
count remains at 1-2. She kind of swung way up on that one.
She did, but I've also got to think that Coach McCraw or Coach Martin mentioned something, really seeing something out of Benali, especially with first pitches, because they both said something to Tavera before she came up, and she took a ride at the first pitch.
Yeah, and I think the first pitch, I would bet the first pitch that Benali is just trying to get ahead of the batter and throwing just a good solid fastball, but not her complete heat first. Just throwing it down the middle with a good heat. And that one is also going to be fouled off out of play. Parrish, the catcher, is trying to get around the ump. We have a female ump behind the plate today. We don't, and I only mention that because percentage-wise, we don't see as many female umps in baseball, softball as we do the men. And I hadn't picked up on that earlier. So count remains 1-2 on Tavera. You're batting in the 9th slot, first up in this one, and then it's going to be back up to the top of the order. So that high and outside by Benali.
And a nice job by Tavera. Started out 0-2, and now she's managed to work the count full. She's fought off a couple pretty good pitches.
This change up, and it's a little soft line drive right back to the circle. And Benali, no trouble to reach out and get that.
That
so
one had a little
back.
tailing movement on it, and Bethany had to kind of reach out and poke at that a little bit, and softly right back to Benali in the circle. No big deal out there for the Lady Broncos.
Yep, a line out, a soft one to position 1 in the books for the first out. But it shows you, and it should show the Lady Cats, that being patient at the plate and going after the pitches that you think you can hit and make contact, it's possible. But the Lady Cats, they're a little bit flummoxed by Benali still. The first time through. We'll see what second time through does, because you usually do much better second time through. And that is Corral, top of the order, back up. So 1 out, nobody on. Corral, followed by Ruiz and Ellis. That is high and outside, as that is 2-1 now?
3-0.
3-0, okay. Yeah, I thought that she had a call strike in there. So 3-0, it'll be interesting. Corral is your leadoff batter, but I would say she probably will have the take sign on, and it does, but Benali has no problem finding the zone, and she runs a mid-speed ball right over the center of the plate for a call, strike 1. 3-1. Swing and a high fly ball headed out to center field, and it's Hosteen out there who moves over to maybe 1 or 2 steps to her right and catches that one. Corral with solid contact, and that was well hit. Did not spend a long time hanging up in the air, but it is nonetheless a fly out to position 8 for out number 2.
Yeah, more of just a line drive, and Hosteen, again, just right there, as you mentioned, only had to take about 2 steps. That one, if it's about a foot and a half higher, might have cleared the wall.
A good try by Corral. That's going to bring up Delilah Ruiz. She struck out her last time up. This is her second plate appearance. By the way, Corral had popped out her first time up, and then a long fly out for what is out number 2 here in her second plate appearance. And contact, it's a high one, and calling for it. Could be trouble, but calling for the mile from shortstop went back, but Gomez from left field ended up coming over. I thought it might drop in no man's land and be a hit for Ruiz, but no. Instead, it is a fly out to position 7 for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Lovington, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it is still 2-0. Kirkland Central leading. More Lady Wildcat State softball action coming up.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcat State softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. All right, so we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and I'm having to keep my phone a little, trying to remember to keep it down when I'm not changing the score bug, because yesterday I was covering all the equipment that I could in that Lovington Artesia game, and that morning sun was catching it. By the time it got up to be about 11 o'clock, and then toward the end of that game, that phone that was in the sun more than any piece of equipment, and it overheated. At the very end of the game, my phone overheated and quit working, and I don't want that to happen here. A little bit of a breeze coming along, fluttering our books. All right, so here we go. Bottom of the 3rd inning, no outs. And up first is going to be Haley Lloyd. So it is 3, 4, and 5 due up, heart of the order for Kirkland Central, who are leading 2-0. And the first pitch is high and away for ball 1. Braylon Hernandez still in the circle for Lovington, their starting pitcher. And that's going to be a call strike, as Hernandez took an off-speed pitch, not a true changeup, I would say, but a call, strike 1. So 1-1 count. Nobody on, no outs, of course. This is your lead-off batter. And Lloyd worked the walk and got stranded her first time up. Second plate appearance, swing and a miss. Braylon Hernandez with a beautiful breaking ball. I think it broke and rose, too. A fast ball on the outside corner. as Lloyd just was behind it and couldn't make contact. So 1-2 is your count on the leadoff batter. Lovington needing to get outs quickly and then get back. Oh, and a swing and a foul tip, a golf shot with 2 strikes on her. Lloyd protecting the plate a little bit, and she looked to try to lift that one up in the air and instead just caught enough to stay alive at the plate.
Yeah, barely caught a piece of that, what would have been a 4-iron shot.
Yeah.
Stay alive.
Benali is on deck and Sosi in the hole for Kirkland Central. Swing and a line drive shot to Blackwell. She has to move over a couple 3 feet and catch it with the back of her glove. Nicely done, Blackwell, and because that ball was moving. And
yeah, had to move to her right and reach across her body and managed to stab it. So, as you mentioned, nice job there for Blackwell taking over at second.
Lining out to position 4 for out number 1, and I was just saying how Lovington need to get out efficiently so they can get in the dugout and get their bats cooking again. You know, that is going to be a call strike. Yeah.
Yep, strike 1.
Yeah, on the outside corner, right up at the letters probably. So a 1 out, an 0-1 count. Ooh, nice pitch, but just a little outside. In fact, Tavetta having to reach out for that. No runners on, so it wouldn't have been a problem. But Braylon is really bringing the heat. You know, I think this is the fastest that I've seen her pitch all season. She's been solid and a good pitcher, but she's got more speed today than I think I've seen from her. That's going to find its way, a ground ball, hot grounder between short and third, go out to left field where Garcia picks it up and makes a good throw in to second base or to a cutoff person. And that is a single. Benali, she had a fly out to center field, gave it a ride last time up. This time kept it on the ground and is on first base. They're going to have a courtesy runner for Benali out on first. So she hits a single, and I'm not sure who that is.
And it says number 6.
Number 6 is Angelique Denalen.
Denalen, yeah, I think that's
the closest I could.
Or Deneland.
Denalen maybe. Denalen or Denalen. And a swing and a foul back out of play on Sosi. First pitch she sees. So 1 out, 1 on, an 0-1 count on Sosi, your third baseman. She popped out to the second base her first time up. This is her second plate appearance. And that's going to miss low for ball 1. So 1-1 count. Sosi didn't offer to try to golf that one. 1-1, and that's going to miss high and outside. Oh, dear, a throw down as Tavera throws down to first, and the throw is high, and that's going to put the courtesy runner all the way at third, and the throw is not good as Zoe Ellis has to go fetch it from beyond the dugout. But fortunately, the slide in held up the courtesy runner. That's Denalen courtesy running for Benali.
So it could have been 2 errors instead just 1, but now pressure on.
Yeah, it's a throwing error by the catcher to keep the runner at first leads to that runner sitting at third now.
Yeah, just sailed coming out of the hand to Tavera, and nothing Ochoa could do over at first.
Nope. And the first pitch is a grounder over to Ellis. She picks it up and throws it, but not in time. She lost it. She knocked it down and lost it. So
it's an infield single because that thing was screaming.
It was smoking. I think she did a good job just knocking it down.
I think that was more reaction to knock it down.
It was a good job that she knocked it down, even if she missed getting her in time, because if that got over, it was moving hard. If it got over, and it was right over third base, if it got over there, that would have scored the run and probably would have been a double. So infield single for Sosi. And the first pitch into Mile is going to be a call. Yeah, ball 1. So 1-0 count, 1 out. Runners at the corners for Kirkland Central, threatening to put another run on. They lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. And that is a call strike. I was going to say it sure looked good from here.
Yeah, Mile probably not going to see a better pitch than that all tournament. Braylon just dealt it in there.
1-1 count?
Yes.
Boleyn is on deck, and Hosteen is in the hole. And that's going to be a call strike as well. And no throw. So Sosi moves down to second on defensive indifference. They're worrying about just keeping that runner on third, but no throw anywhere. So that was a call strike, a nice changeup by Braylon Hernandez, and that one is going to be a little line shot that goes right to Zoe Ellis. She puts up her glove, kind of a soft line drive, and reflex. She puts up her glove and catches that. Very nicely done.
And might have had a chance to turn 2 on that, but Blackwell was playing in to try and cut off the run if it was on the ground her way. Not able to get back to second as Tosi scrambles back over there.
So a line out to position 5 in the books, and it means 2 outs. And that brings up Belen. She hit a triple and scored her first time up. This is her second plate appearance. And the first pitch was in, and it's a ball. 1-0 count.
Actually, strike.
Oh, it was a strike. Okay. And that is going to miss. There's the ball. Gets away from Tavera. Luckily, it bounces out in front of her, so she's able to get up and keep that runner on third. So now we have a 1-1 count. 2 outs, runners at second and third now for Kirkland Central. And a big stick, Belen at the plate. Hosting on deck. Gomez in the hole. She fouls that one out of play for strike 2.
Good pitch for Hernandez as it was rising, and Belen gets up under it and pops it up and out. Maybe move that one up another 1/4 inch, and she swings right under it.
So 2 strikes, and Lovington within 1 strike out of getting out of trouble here. And they want to do that, get that third out without giving up a run. They're already down 2-0, and they need to catch up when they get in the dugout. They can't do it without this third out, and that's going to miss. It's going to hit the plate, and Tavera does a nice job blocking that out again with runners at second and third. Anything that gets past the catcher, because it's a pretty good ways behind the catcher to the backstop.
And Denneland with pretty good speed over on third.
Right. Swing, and that's going to be a grounder that it's a ground ball with eyes, finds its way. It's going to score 2. So it's a ground ball. It's not an error. It got by Blackwell put her
hit them where they ain't.
That's right. In the circle, Hernandez put her glove down and couldn't get it in time. Blackwell couldn't get over to it in time. It goes out to center field and is thrown in, but not before it puts 2 runs across. So 2 runs across. So that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Belen, a 2 RBI single, and so she's on first, and 2 runs in makes it 4-0 here with 2 outs. Ouch.
Yeah, the damage coming with 2 outs.
Yeah, with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Lovington was a strike away from getting out of that. Instead, they give up the 2 runs, and there is a foul out of play down the first baseline. That becomes a strike. So runner at first, that is Belen. Hosting had an RBI single and got thrown out at third last time up. There's a hit, a high fly going out to right field to Rivero. She makes the grab and ends the at-bat. Nicely caught by Rivero out in right field. Moves over a couple of steps to get it. So a high fly by Hosting, but caught by position 9. That is Rivero in right field to end the threat, but not before. Kirkland Central's able to plate 2 runs. They put 2 across, and they do that on 3 hits. There was 1 error, throwing error committed, and 2 left on base. So we go to
just 1 left.
Just 1 left. Okay. All right. We are going to the top of the inning, and coming up to bat is Lovington. They're in a 4-0 hole. They need to dig themselves out. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat State softball action coming up.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
All right. So in that bottom of the third, there were 2 runs on 3 hits, so 1 error and 1 left on base. And that means it's a 4-0 ball game right now. And headed to the top of the 4th inning. coming up to the bat. It's going to be 3, 4, and 5. Ellis, Ochoa, Blackwell. Oh, and the first pitch in hits Ellis on the foot, and man, does that ever hurt! I tell you, when that hits you, your foot is so delicate. You know, you'd think when the ball hits it, an ankle, the arch. Even if you're wearing shoes that they're solid, and man, it's always painful.
No padding right there,
No,
natural or otherwise.
exactly.
A lot of shoes have almost, especially baseball, softball spikes.
Yeah.
They're very thin on the sides and on the toe, and if it catches you right there, it's going to hurt just a little.
Yeah, it does. It takes a bit, and she's walking it off. And a lot of times, as long as there's no big damage done, like a cracked bone or fracture or something, you can walk it off. But it's very painful at first. So I feel for sure.
And I've actually played with broken toes before.
Yeah.
There is nothing worse than that.
I taught an aerobics class one time. Broke my toe putting my shoe on to go, and I tell you what, it's you don't at first your adrenaline can carry you through, and later you feel it. Zimri's she's going to have a bruise, and she's really going to feel that later. But right now, she's on first base.
It.
That's right. She's
now
on
she's
first
got
base.
the initial part of it walked
exactly.
off.
And so a leadoff batter hit by pitch. So no outs, a runner on first. Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa reached on an error and got stranded her last time up. This is her second plate appearance, and that's going to be low for a ball.
Down by 4. Here is where it's going to be important for Lovington to be smart but aggressive. Zimmery with great speed over on first, but we haven't seen the arm of Parrish yet.
And that's lifted up, a big high hit. Is it over? Is it over? Is it out of the park? No, it hits the fence in between left and center, and the throw into shortstop is going to keep the runners at second and third, but well hit ball by Johanna Ochoa. Beautifully hit out there, went all the way to the wall. I thought it might have had the juice to go over, but it becomes a stand-up double for Ochoa, and Ellis makes it all the way to third. So no outs and runners at second and third, and this, as you mentioned, is where Lovington can start digging themselves out of the hole.
It can, and quickly Coach Mason takes the time out. He wants to go talk about it. This second time through, Lovington has seen everything that Benally has. They have done a great job all year, especially on offense, of picking up sometimes a little trouble first time through, but by the second and about halfway through the second time, they've seen it, they know it, and they can start sitting on it. Even though this is a very young team for Lovington, they adjust extremely well to the pitching in front of them, and I think Coach Mason going to try and settle it down and maybe change some of his calls a bit.
And I know that that Lovington is starting off slowly, but they have this ability, as you said, to middle of the game to really start hitting and hitting well, and to force the wheels to come off of another team with that. So we'll see if this can shake something loose, because with no outs and a runner on second and third, I mean, so far through 3 at-bats, they had one hit. They had one hit before this at-bat, and it was a bunt single. So they had not only scored 0 runs, but they had only the one bunt single hit.
And they're still looking for their first run here at the
right.
Albuquerque portion of the tournament, but now a great job to do it. Nobody out. Ellis on third, Ochoa at second, and Blackwell at the bat.
Yep, number 10, Zoe Blackwell. And she hits the first pitch she sees, and it's going to be a line drive, going to hit out into shallow left. Score 1, second runner coming across, and it's going to be a double, as it was a 2 RBI single, and she moved over to second on the throw in. So a 2 RBI double for Blackwell, single that is, and then she moved to second. That's a technicality, but 2 RBI single for her, and now Lovington has 2 across, and it's 4-2 with no outs. Good job. And up next is Zoe Ellis, their third baseman. She had the bunt single her first time up. This is her second plate appearance. She slaps at the first pitch she sees and fouls it off to the left for strike 1.
So now this is maybe where Lovington can start getting it in gear. They've now cut the lead in half. They are coming out, and it looks like they are seeing the ball better, too, right now out of the hands of Benally.
And this pitch, he takes a little speed off of it, and it is a foul out of play for strike 2. Fouls it behind our heads, and we're sitting here between home plate and the Lovington dugout. So 0-2 count on Zoe Ellis. But I've watched her get more and more confidence throughout this season at the bat and in the field. And she again, you mentioned it's a young team, And
just one senior on the squad.
Yeah,
so.
but they have been getting really good experience and improving at the bat, at the plate, and in the field all season long. And a call, strike 3 is going to set her down. So she goes down looking. That's the third strikeout for Benali and the first out. So Lovington still has outs to give. They still have a runner on second base in scoring position. So 1 out, 1 on. And that brings up number 12, Braylon Hernandez, the pitcher, to the plate. And that's going to be a call strike right at the letters, about belt high, waist high. So an 0-1 count on Hernandez. Let's see. Braylon struck out her last time up. And that one she fouls off and out of play for strike 2.
The way that one, that had to have been an inside pitch because Braylon had to pull the arms way in and then still kind of tried to cut at it, an in-out swing, and got a piece of it to pop it up and out of play and out of harm's way.
Right, so 1 out, 1 on, 2 runs have scored for Lovington. It's 4-2 now. So they are still in business here, and if Braylon Hernandez can find a way on, then it is Garcia up next and then Tavera in the hole. And that's going to miss.
Actually got a piece of it, fouled it into the screens.
So, but the count remains 0-2 for Hernandez. 0-2, runner out at second. Lovington doesn't want to quit, and that is going to be a high pop fly, and it's going to end up in foul territory, but it's caught by Mile, who moves over quickly and catches that just in foul territory over behind third base.
And then
so a foul pop out, and she of course keeps the runner at second.
Yeah, and she grabbed that ball and she's put a death stare on Blackwell, like try something.
So 2 outs now, but still 2 outs and a runner at second in scoring position. Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey's pretty aggressive. She often will, if it's a decent pitch, she often will swing at the first pitch she sees. And this one probably should have been swung out. That was a fast ball on the outside corner, and it is 1-1 now. As Tavera is now on deck, and that misses low, so ball 2. 2-1 count on Garcia. Garcia hit the line out to the shortstop her first time up. This is her second plate appearance. And looks good. She lifts that in the air, but it's going to go.
Got around just a touch early on that inside off-speed pitch. Got a piece of it.
So
she steps out, resets, and now she's ready to go again.
Strike 2. Yeah, I thought it went further than it did, but it just stayed right there by her. And that she catches a piece of. It's going to be a pop up and reaching up right behind second base. It is the shortstop, so a pop out to Mile, position 6, ends the at-bat for Lovington. But they do get 2 runs across. So 2 runs are scored, and they do that on 2 hits. And there were no errors committed, and 1 left on base. So score 4-2, and we've got some changes that we'll talk about when we come back. More Lovington Lady Wildcat State softball action on the way.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat State Softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZOR Facebook. So in the top of the fourth inning, it was a good at-bat for Lovington. They put 2 on. They still trailed by 2. And we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. And Kirkland Central coming up to the plate, and that's going to be a ball 1. It is 3, 4, and 5 due up. No, it is 9, 1, and 2 due up. Okay, 9, 1, and 2. So that is Gomez, Amelia Gomez, number 10. And that's a ball 1 on Amelia Gomez. That misses low as well. By the way, we have a pitching change for Lovington as Quiroga is now in for Braylon Hernandez. And Braylon pitched very well. But she did give up the 4 runs, but Quiroga now coming in relief. Quiroga having trouble finding the zone after taking her warm-up pitches. She did work in the bullpen for a while, as Coach McCraw knew that at some point he was going to put her in. So Quiroga is in the circle. 3-0 count on Gomez. Gomez worked a walk and got stranded her last time up. This is her second plate appearance. Second time through, first time to see Quiroga. And Quiroga throwing 4 straight balls, misses, and puts the runner on with a walk. So Quiroga in relief, having a little trouble getting warmed up, finding the zone. And this now brings up top of the order for Kirkland Central. Your score is 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And top of the lineup now, as this is Parrish, the catcher, up. And that one is going to be a call strike. Sure looked good from here. I was about to say, I can't tell left to right from where we are to the left of the plate. But it did look good, and it was a call strike. Parrish struck out and hit into, had a fielder's choice, got on a fielder's choice, and then got stranded her last time up. So this is her third plate appearance, but first to see Quiroga, and that's going to be a wild pitch that gets by Tavera and is going to move Gomez to second. So going to put that down as a wild pitch. All right, so I believe that's a 2-0 count. And that misses low. I believe that is now a 3-0 count. So it's Quiroga getting some encouragement from Blackwell and Ochoa, just saying, it's okay. Throw strikes, trust us. Just put it across the plate and trust your fielders. Nothing else you could do. But you don't want to keep walking them. And she gets her, swing it, yeah, throws a changeup on the outside corner and puts it in there for a strike. Found the zone when she had to, took a lot of speed off of it and floated it over. And Parrish leaned on it, leaned way over and let it go. 3-1 count. 3-2 count, I believe. The count's full now. And a swing, and that's going to be a high fly ball going out to center field, and Zimmery Ellis makes the grab. So a fly out to position 8 for out number 1, and the runner stays at second. Zimmery gets the ball back into second base quickly, so 1 out. And now Kaylana Chi, the second baseman, up to the plate with 1 out. And a runner, and all right, so they call that a ball, although a lot of the Lovington faithful thinking that it was close, looked good, so a 1-0 count. And I would agree, from here it looked good too. And that misses low for ball 2. So 1 out, a runner at second in scoring position. And Chi struck out and grounded out her first 2 plate appearances. This is her 3rd time at bat. First time to see Quiroga, though. Lloyd's on deck and Benali is in the hole. Ooh, that had some heat and was moving, but it's just a little outside. So 3-0 count. Quiroga in relief of Hernandez in the circle to start this at bat. 3-0 count. She takes a little more time. Now walks to the rubber, starts the windup, and I think it would have been a call strike, and it was swung on and fouled back to the screen for strike number 1. So 3-1 count. 3-1 count. As Lovington was down 4-0 at the start of that last at bat, and they put 2 across to cut that lead in half. Now they need to get outs efficiently. Oh, and there's a grounder headed to Blackwell. She's going to pick it up and fire over to first for out number 2. Well done. As not a hot grounder, but certainly it went by Quiroga, grabbed and tried to get it, but Blackwell was right there. 4-3 in the books, position 4-3 for out number 2. It does move the runner. Gomez goes to third on that, so she's a base closer to scoring, but 2 outs now, and that's going to bring up Lloyd to the plate. The first pitch is going to miss. So 1-0 count. Let's see, Lloyd lined out to second base her last time up. She walked and got stranded. This is her 3rd plate appearance. She's 0 for a right-handed batter and a runner. A swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Quiroga. Had some late movement on it, broke to the outside, and she's Lloyd's bat just a little too short for it. So swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. Benali on deck, Sosi in the hole if they get that far, but Lovington really would like to get this batter without giving up the run, and they need to do that if they can. Swing and a miss. Brought the fastball and blew it right past her. 1-2 the count now on Lloyd. 2 outs. Runner at third. 1-2 count. And a changeup is lifted high, and it will fall in and score one, as it was just a Texas leaguer, and it was a low pitch, and she kind of golfed it up, and just a base hit. Nothing you could do. It was too far in for Garcia and too far out for shortstop to get back and get. So that's an RBI single for Lloyd. And that scored Gomez and makes it 5-2 with still 2 outs and a call strike on Benali. This is the pitcher, number 11, Rory Benali, up to the plate. 2 outs, a runner on first, 1 run across so far. Lovington needs to get the out, not give up any more. And there's a little golf shot. Oh, reaches up for it. Nicely caught, as it looked like it was kind of a soft line drive headed over the head of Blackwell, but she reaches up. She's a tall girl, stretches up and gets that and keeps it. Nicely done. So a fly out to position 4, a little line drive, ends the threat by Kirkland Central, and they do plate run. They plate 1, or put 1 run across, and they do that on 1 hit. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors committed, and 1 left on base. So we'll be back. That was the bottom of the 4th, and we'll be back with the top of the 5th. Lovington coming up to the plate, and we'll be back with more Lovington Lady Wildcats softball action coming up.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats State Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZOR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan. TJ Miracle started the game with us, but he had to leave. He's headed over to cover Eunice Baseball. The Eunice Baseball boys are seated number 1 in Class 2A. They defeated their opponent yesterday, and I believe that was, and they are playing today, and that game beginning, I believe, at 12:30, and it's a long ways from here, from Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho out to the Kindness Spark Sports Complex. So he left to go do that. So appreciated the fact that he came and we set up together here and started this game. But I'll be solo on for the rest of the day. Swing and a foul out of play. It is 9-1-2 due up for Lovington. That is Bethany Tavera, the catcher. And she just fouled one out of play. And that's going to miss. So I believe it's 2-1. Probably 2-2, actually, I think. All right, and this one comes in, a hot grounder. Oh, well, that has some heat, but is it a fair ball? No, I believe it is. It looked foul. I was going to say it hit in front of the bag, and then it bounced out, and it bounced out in foul territory. It bounced out before it got the bag. At least that's kind of what it looked like to me, and that's how the ump saw it. So 2-2. Bethany Tavera really got that one. And there's a little, that's a foul. She swung and made contact with it, but then it came back up, bounced up, and hit either the plate or her, becoming a dead ball. So count remains 2-2. First batter up, Lovington trying to make up some ground, and that's going to run the count full. So 3-2, full count now. 3-2. Tavera trying to get something started for Lovington. They trail by 3. It is 5-2 right now here in the top of the fourth. Swing and a high fly ball headed out to center field, and it falls in as nobody calls it, nobody can get to it. Center fielder that was hosting, I think, calling for it and coming in on it, but doesn't get there in time. She had lots of company as the right fielder. Lloyd came in on it to Mile and Chi from shortstop and second base, respectively, all kind of gathered around, and it fell in. It's one of those that everybody's gathered around, and then all of a sudden it plops down right in the middle of everybody. And it's not an error. Nobody caught the ball. Nobody got a glove on the ball. It becomes a single. All right, so Lovington's in business with no outs. They do have a courtesy runner at first. It brings up the top of the order, Leslie Corral. So a 1-0 count, no outs, a runner on first. As the catcher and pitcher get courtesy runners if they choose. Some pitchers and catchers like to run for themselves. But a courtesy runner in for Tavera, the catcher, sitting over on first with no outs, and Corral up to the plate. Ooh, and there's a call strike to go with the ball. So 1-1 count, no outs, a runner on first. Corral had a fly out to center field, deep center the last time up, popped out her first time. Now a grounder, a hot one, finds its way by shortstop, and the throw in is excellent. Boy, I tell you what, Gomez out there in left field, stopping that one and making a bullet of the throw to second base, but not in time to get the courtesy runner out there for Tavera. So she's on second. Corral with a solid single. Grounder, hot grounder. So now Lovington in business. No outs and runners on first and second. And the first pitch that Delilah Ruiz hits, and it goes foul, but it was sailing. It was moving for sure. So a strike on Ruiz, but man, she was sitting on it ready for that. So 0-1 count, no outs, runners at first and second. And Ruiz at the plate, Ellis on deck. She fouls that one off out of play to behind us. The first foul went down the third base left field line. So 0-2 count, no outs. And she swings and fouls that one off out of play over to the right as well. I think that one might be dropping into field number, I think that's 3 over there. And if Lovington wins this one, I think that's the field we move on to over there is field number 3. A swing and a miss. And she goes down swinging, and there are throws to try to catch the runners off base at first and second, but nope, no dice. So Ruiz goes down swinging for out number 1, and that is strikeout number 4 for Benali. So 1 out, runners at first and second. Zimri Ellis to the plate, and she hits the first pitch she sees. It's deep, left field. Is it going, is it going, is it gone? It hits the fence and gets trapped, has some trouble with it. It scores 1, it scores 1. All right, so Zimri Ellis with an RBI double as it hit. It was deep left, very close to the foul line, and it hit at the bottom of the fence, and it may have bounced off a little bit. It caromed off out there before the left fielder, and I may have been Hosteen who came over, but I'm pretty sure that was Gomez out there. Had some trouble with it and made the throw in, but not before the courtesy runner for Tavera made it across the plate, and Corral is sitting on third, and after the RBI double, Ellis is on second. So 1 out, 1 across. Now it's 5-3. And runners on second and third coming in. So Benali stays in the circle. There's a timeout, not with the coach, just with the team, as they take a little huddle just to try to settle things down. And now Johanna Ochoa up to the plate. She hit a double and scored her last time up. Reached on an error and got stranded her first time up. So this is her third plate appearance. And Benali taking off a little speed off of that and floats it up over the outside corner. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Ochoa swings and catches just a piece of that for strike 2. It was caught, but since it's not on strike 3, it's not an out. So 0-2 count. Ochoa, capable hitter. I think she is second in on-base percentage and batting average. Second barely to Ellis. At this time, anxious to hit and bring runs in, and she chases one on the outside, but she had 2 strikes on her protecting the plate. So that is out number 2, and that is strikeout number 5 for Benali. So 2 outs. Still 2 runners on, second and third now. And Blackwell smokes the first pitch she sees. It's a line drive shot out to the center. It will score 1. It will score 2. And Blackwell will go to second and slide in safely. Yep, she's still hanging on as the tag is being put on her. But man, she smoked the first pitch that came to her, Blackwell. And she has another 2 RBI double. She is the reason that there were 2 runs on the board, and now it's tied up 5-all. We got a new ball game. That scored Corral from third. That scored Ellis from second and put Blackwell on second base. So tied up 5-all with 2 outs, and Zoe Ellis to the plate. All right, so I believe a 2-0 count on Ellis at the plate. 2 outs, a runner on second. We're tied. Lovington would like to go ahead and just keep the line moving here if they can. And there is going to be it's going to be trouble as it's an infield pop and coming in on it. I think she may have lost it in the sun, or maybe Benali and Chi got their signals crossed, but it was a high infield pop fly. And it just fell right between the circle and second base. So that is a mental error, and it scored 1. Nope, she moved over to third. Okay, so Blackwell's on third. I thought she came in. So she's on, Ellis is on, and it is a mental error, but nobody got a glove on it, so it becomes a single. And now Blackwell is on third. 2 outs, runners at the corners. And that comes in high on Braylon Hernandez, who is now DPing. Braylon was in as the starting pitcher when they put Quiroga in. They're DPing Hernandez. And that's going to miss high and inside. So 2-0 count. Runners at the corners. Swing, and that's going to fall into shortstop. She picks it up, fires over. So Mile to Boleyn for the third out. 6-3 in the books for out number 3, but not before Lovington plates 3 runs. They put 3 runs across. They do that on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 3 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors committed and 2 left on base. 5 all. We got a new ball game, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Kirkland Central coming up to bat, and we'll be back for more Lady Wildcat State Softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and C94 KZOR Facebook.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats State Softball action as the Lady Cats trailing all game. They put 3 runs. They put 2 runs across in the 4th, and they put 3 runs across in their last at bat in the top of the 5th, and that's 5. And so we are tied 5 all, heading into the bottom of the 5th inning with Kirkland Central coming up to the plate, and it's 5, 6, and 7 in the order due up. That is Sosi, Mile, and Boleyn. With Sosi looking at the first pitch, a ball. And that is going to miss as well. Quiroga in the circle now. Tavera still catching. Ochoa at first. Blackwell at second. Corral at short. Zoe Ellis at third. Garcia, Ellis, and Rivero in left to right for your Lady Cats. Ooh, that was a good pitch, but just a little low. Misses low. So 3-0 count as Quiroga got to find the zone here. Let's see if the take sign is on for Sosi. Sosi popped out her first time, hit an infield single, and scored her second time up. She's 1 for 2. This is her 3rd plate appearance. Mile is on deck and Boleyn in the hole. Ooh, nice fast ball in the outside corner as Quiroga again found the heat when she found the zone when she needed to and brought the heat with it. 3-1 count. And that's going to miss. Ball 4. So there's a walk to put Sosi on. So no outs, a runner on first. Brings up Easton Mile to the plate, the shortstop. She hit the solo home run her first time up, then lined out her second time up. This is her 3rd plate appearance. And that one is low for ball 1. It's worth noting, though, that her home run was not against Quiroga. So she's seeing Quiroga, I think, for the 2nd time here. And that misses high and inside. So, no outs, a runner on first. Sosi drawing the walk. Mile at the plate. Boleyn on deck and hosting in the hole. And And that's going to be a call strike at the knees on the outside corner. So Mile with a 3-1 count on her. 5-all tie. Ooh, a changeup that's going to float in. I tell you, she almost got Mile to chase. Mile leaned on it, flinched, but didn't offer. And now the count is 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Mile and a swing and a miss. Takes a big cut. She was swinging for the fence again, but didn't connect on that. Is Berlin, Kirkland. And a call strike on the outside corner. And Mile was going to take her base. And she heard the strike call behind her, so strike out for out number 1. And that is the first strikeout for Quiroga since coming in relief. A swing and a miss by Berlin. So out number 1, a runner on first is Berlin to the plate. She had a 2 RBI single and got stranded her last time up. She had a triple and scored her first time up. She's 2 for 2. And does she break the plane? Nope. They say that she did not check it up. That she did check it up, that she didn't break the plane. It looked to us like she did. But even the one at second base said she broke the plane. So that call, that initial ball call was appealed. And yes, the ump at second base, who could see the angle a little better, said that yes, it was a strike. So 0-2 count on Berlin, your first baseman. And then that comes in just a little low and outside for ball number 1. So that could have been the home plate ump just evening things out there on that call. So Berlin, a big stick, 2 for 2, responsible for 1 of the 5 runs that Kirkland Central has on the board. And there's a changeup. She makes contact with it anyway. And at the fence, Rivero grabbing up and reaching up and grabbing it. Nice play. Had to go move back and to her right a few steps. And that one, if that had had just a little more punch on it, it would have been out of the park. As it is, it just becomes a long second out. So a fly out to position 9. Nice job out there. 2 outs now. Runner on first. And that brings up number 8, Elena Hosting, the center fielder, the plate. She had a fly out, hit an RBI single and got stranded, or got thrown out, actually. So Hosting is 1 for 2. She is responsible for 1 of the runs across the plate because she had the RBI but then got forced out. And she hits this one. It's going to be a little too far back for Blackwell to get, too far up for Rivero to get. But the throw is a good one over to Zoe Ellis to hold the runner on third. So it's going to be runners at the corners, and that's a single for Hosting. No error on that. That's a single. I'm not going to score it as an error because I don't think that was playable. She did a good job just reaching back to get a glove on it. I don't think that was catchable. So moves the runner over to third. Runners at the corners now. 2 outs, though. And that brings up bottom of the order, number 10, Amelia Gomez to the plate. She's walked twice. And that is going to be a call strike, and it's going to move the runner over to second. No throw down. She moves over to second on defensive indifference there, as Lovington's a lot more worried about just keeping that runner at third than trying to get that runner out at second. So now runners at second and third. 2 outs. And there's a little easy hit back to the circle. Quiroga picks it up and fires over to first. So Gomez with a little grounder to the pitcher, out 1-3 in the books for out number 3. Kirkland Central threatens but can't move them around and in. So we are still tied 5-all, and we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Lovington coming up to the plate, and we'll have more Lady Wildcat State softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZOR Facebook.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
All right, in the bottom of the 5th inning, Kirkland Center plated no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors committed and 2 left on base. So we are going to the top of the 6th inning, and your Lovington Lady Cats coming up to the bat. We are still tied 5-all here, and it is going to be, let's see, 8, 9, and 1 due up. 8, 9, and 1. That's Garcia, Tavera, and then top of the order, Corral here in the top of the 6th. So Bailey Garcia to the plate. A swing and a miss on the first pitch. It looked like it was about belt high. May have had a little breaking action on it. Garcia swinging under it just a little. She had a pop fly out and a line out, so she's 0 for 2 and due. Swings at that one as well. 2 good cuts, but 0-2 count. Tavera on deck, and then Corral in the hole. And that's going to miss high and outside. She does not chase. So Garcia, 1-2 count. A lot of times, Garcia, if she doesn't hit the first pitch that she sees, then she will take the count deep, and she often will work a walk. And that is going to be a call. Strike at the knees on the inside corner. And Garcia goes down looking. That is the 6th strikeout for Benali. And that's going to bring up Bethany Tavera, the catcher, to the plate. Tavera had a single and scored her last time up, lined out her first time up, so she's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a strike. So 1 out, nobody on, an 0-1 count. It's Lovington trying to get something started here to break the tie. We're in the top of the 6th inning, 5-all. Swing and a miss as Benali brought the heat. So 0-2 count on Tavera now. And Benali ready for it. Nods at the catcher. And there is a hit. It's going out to left field, and is it caught? It was. I could not see because I had some fans in front of me, but I also had the ump and the coach, the Coach McCraw, and the third base ump out there in front of me, so I couldn't see that catch. But I heard a fly out to position 7 for out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch is hit. Leslie Corral stood up and hit the first pitch she saw, and a fly out to center field about midway back. And center field hosting didn't have to move much to be able to reach up and pick that one up. So Leslie Corral again gave it a ride and a good try, but a fly out ends the at-bat for Lovington. It's 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're still tied. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th inning as Lovington Lady Wildcat State Softball continues.
Norley General Hospital supports all Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norley Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norley General Hospital? Call Norley at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com. and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lady Cat State Softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZOR Facebook. We are here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Kirkland Central coming up to the plate. Top of the order, it'll be Parrish, Chi, Lloyd. 1, 2, 3. All tied up 5. And she shows bunt, but the ball comes in low. Never really, she drops the bat, but never really puts it down to bunt. And it is low for ball 1. So, you know, with a tie game, running out of at-bats, I can see where the coach would call, but she's hitting away now, and that's a chopper. It's going to get over the head of Owen. It's going to be safe. It gets over the head. It chops up over Quiroga, and I tell you what, Corral had a hard time. She did well by catching that ball right behind second base. She had to move over and pick it up and then make the throw. By the time she could make the throw, and the throw pulled Ochoa off the bag, but she made it just on the fly, on the run. So not an error because she wouldn't have, the runner had beaten out the throw anyway. And she did a good job just to get that chopper and get it down. So a single, and then a little roller into the circle, but it's actually Ellis who comes over and grabs that. The little bunt does move the runner, though. It's a sack bunt as it moves the runner. So Chi did her job, and Ellis came in. And that was played as well as you could play it, and she made a good throw, just not in time, just in time to get the runner, but, of course, not to cut the run at second off. So a sack bunt is out number 1. So 1 out, a runner at second. That is, I believe, a courtesy runner for Parrish, who was the catcher. And I think that's Sands out there running for her again. So 1 out, a runner in scoring position at second. That brings up Haley Lloyd, the right fielder, to the plate. Lloyd had an RBI single, got stranded her last time up. There's a swing and a foul out of play for strike number 1. So she had an RBI single and got stranded. She had a line out and a walk. So she is 1 for 2. An 0-1 count on her. Swinging away, and a swing and a miss. Quiroga bringing the heat just above the knees. Looked like that was a hot breaking ball over the outside corner. Lloyd behind it. 0-2 count on her now with 1 out and a runner on second. A swing, and she stays alive, protecting the plate. Lloyd catches a piece of that to foul it off to the screen for strike number 2. Count remains 0-2. 1 out, a runner on. Benali is on deck and Sosi in the hole. Kirkland Central trying to break this tie. Lovington trying to keep them from it, and that misses outside. Tavetta doing a nice job reaching that and keeping it from getting past her. Probably would have meant extra bases. Or not extra bases, but a runner on third base at least. And that's going to miss outside as well. This time Tavera getting up and chasing it down. Quiroga, 2-2 count on this batter. As a sunny, hot day, not a cloud in the sky here at Cleveland High School, with the mountains, the peak in the distance. Over center field. It's a lovely day for softball. And there it is, a swing and a miss for a strikeout, and out number 2. And that is the second strikeout for Quiroga since coming in relief of Hernandez. So 2 outs now, and that runner still on second base. That brings up number 11, Rory Benali, the pitcher, to the plate. She's flied out twice and had a single and scored. She's 1 for 3. This is her 4th plate appearance, and that misses low and outside for ball 1. So if she finds her way on deck, it is going to be Sosi who is, or if she finds her way on base, Sosi is on deck and a mile in the hole, and that's going to miss low for ball 2. So 2-0 the count, 2 outs. And it looks like Quiroga is going to ask for, she's throwing her sweat rag back to the dugout. Something she often will have in her back pocket, but I guess it's distracting, and it may just be soaking wet by this time. Oh, there's a solid line drive out to center. Zimri Ellis bobbles it just a bit and then throws. I think even without the bobble, that runner was committed with 2 outs. That runner was totally committed to heading in. I don't know what happened to my other pin. It's weird. Okay. So that is an RBI double for Benali. An RBI double brings in Sands, courtesy runner, or an RBI single, rather. I think that's a courtesy runner for her on first. I'd have to double check that. So still 2 outs, 1 run across. The tie is broken, 6-5 right now. And Kirkland Central still at the bat, and that is Kiara Sosi, the third baseman, to the plate. She walked and got stranded her last time up. Infield single and scored and popped out. So 1 for 2. This is her second time seeing Quiroga. Ooh, there's a call strike on the outside corner. Very nicely done. I believe that I've had to fix the score bug. I believe that's a 1-1 count. So runner on the first, 2 outs, and that's going to miss low and outside. So I believe it is 2-1. There is an electronic scoreboard here, but it's very far away. It's small, and my glasses are just not strong enough for me to be able to read it. I see it, but I can't read it. A swing and a miss. A big cut. That was a nice fastball, breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2. And now Lovington's just 1 strike away from getting out of this at-bat, getting their own bat swinging. 2 outs, 2-2 count, runner on first, and a swing and a piece of it to stay alive as Sosi fouls it back to the screen. It's the wind picking up just a little bit here. I say it feels good to me because it is so hot. It is so sunny and sweaty. I'm starting to burn already, even with some sunblock on. And that's going to hit the inside corner for call strike, and Sosi goes down looking for out number 3. Sosi goes down looking, and that is the 3rd strikeout for Quiroga since coming in relief of Hernandez, and that ends the at-bat for Kirkland Central, but not before they plate 1 run. They put 1 run across, and they do that on 2 hits. There were no errors committed, and 1 left on base. So we are going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rather, we're going to go to the top of the 7th inning. See, my book is backwards. Home is visitors, and visitors is home on this one. So Lovington, their last at bat, and they trail by 1. They've got to come up with 1 to tie it and 2 to go ahead. And as home team, Kirkland Central will have the last at bat. And we could be heading into extra innings. This game has been tied before. We'll see what happens. We'll be back with the Lady Wildcat State Softball action as their score is 6-5. And we'll have more on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z90.
Students and student athletes of Lee County, R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
Welcome back to Lovington State Softball action. Top of the 7th inning, Delilah Ruiz, Zimri Ellis, and Joanna Ochoa up 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. And Ruiz hit a hard one. First pitch she saw, but it was caught out. It was a foul pop a foul fly out and caught by the left fielder for out number 1. So a foul fly out. Now there's another fly going to center field. And that was a well-hit ball, but Hosteen catches it at the wall between left and center field. So a fly out to position 8 now for the second out. 2 pitches, 2 fly outs. Wow. Top of the 7th inning, 2 outs already. And Lovington down to their final batter, Johanna Ochoa. They need 1 to tie it, 2 to move ahead. As many runs as they can get across, they would like to do that. And that's going to miss high for ball 1. So 1-0 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Lovington down to their final out, but they've done a lot with 2 outs in this whole season. And there is a pop foul out of play for strike number 1. Yeah, Lovington knows how to do a lot of damage with 2 outs. They've come from behind before with 2 outs in the top or the bottom of the 7th. They've had lots of comeback wins. And that's going to miss high for ball 2, high and inside. So 2-1 count now on Ochoa. If she finds her way on, Blackwell is on deck and Ellis in the hole. Lovington needs to win this one to move on. A swing and a miss for strike 2 as Benali took just a little speed, not a changeup, but took just an off-speed pitch, breaking over the outside corner from where I could see at this point. So Lovington down to their last strike here, and Ochoa can keep things moving for him, and that's going to be in the dirt for ball 3. So a full count now on Ochoa. A walk is as good as a hit. They just need to keep themselves alive at the bat. The potential tying run is at the plate in the form of Ochoa. A swing and a miss. She goes down swinging for out number 3, and that's the ball game. And boy, was it a close one, and boy, is it hard to take when that is the season as Lovington falls in this one. It was close. They made Kirkland Central work for it. It looked like Lovington was going to be the Cinderella team and come back yet again, but it was not to be. So the season ends for Lovington here, but they had a heck of a great season. They made it through district. They made it into the playoffs. They surprised, I think, everybody except maybe themselves in the regionals when they won not 1 game to play into this tournament here, but they won 2 games. And the surprise, the number 2 Raton in Los Lunas last weekend to earn the way into not just this tournament, but also in the winners bracket in this tournament. They headed here. They fell to number 1 Artesia yesterday morning to go in the consolation bracket, and it was not a runaway by any means. It was 6-0 score yesterday to Artesia, and now this one, they came from behind and they gave it a try. I'll come back and wrap this one up in just a couple of minutes. Lady Wildcat State Softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZOR Facebook.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
It's no secret.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to her student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan, and the season for the Lady Cats is over. Let's take a look at how this finished up. 6-5 was your final score. Lovington girls scored 5 runs on 8 hits. They left 5 on base. They committed 2 errors. Your Kirkland Central team scored 6 runs on 10 hits. They left only 2 on base, and they committed 1 error. So that kind of tells the tale right now that they had more hits, although they scored fewer runs on it. They left fewer on base, and they committed fewer errors, although this was a pretty tightly game. This is one of the better games that I have seen defensively. This is one of the better games that you expect to see this level of play at this point in the state tournament. You expect this level of play far earlier. Generally, I'm disappointed with the whole level of play just in the world of baseball and softball in New Mexico right now. It's just the level of play seems to be coming down. This was a very well played game by both teams. Not many errors, not many mistakes, and a pretty even game offensively and defensively. Your winning pitcher, Benali, ended up striking out. I think I have her down for 6 strikeouts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, just 5. So 5 strikeouts. And I'm not sure she walked. You know, she had 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. And she went the distance. So she pitched all 6.5 innings. And Hernandez started in the circle for Lovington, and Quiroga came in relief. And let's see, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks for Braylon Hernandez, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks for Quiroga. So your winning pitcher is Benali, and your winning team is Kirkland Central just by 1 run. Oh, it's tough to go down by 1 run and to play that well and that solidly, but they had a good season they can be very proud of, a really great season. So congratulations, Coach McCraw and the team and his coaches and staff and the fans who stuck with them and did a lot of traveling. I saw there were an awful lot of parents who traveled to, just almost every single game, through the regular season, the district games, and then this state tournament, the playoffs, and then this weekend. So good job, and they gave it a good run and a good try. They would like to have been turning around, playing another game and another after that, and then take another crack, at either Artesia or whatever team makes it through to the finals tomorrow. So don't know who that'll be, but again, well played, well done season. Congrats to the Lady Wildcats. Thank you very much to Evie and Tiff Stuber for monitoring and communicating. We appreciate that. Thanks to all of our great sponsors who stuck with the Lovington athletes through the entire season and into the playoffs through state tournament. We appreciate those sponsors, and you see their banners on the screen, and you won't in just a couple of minutes because it all ends with Lovington, the visitors in this. They're at bat in the top of the 7th inning, and 6-5, your final score. Kirkland Central is going to move on and play on the next field here in just a few minutes, and they will continue their run here at the state for a softball tournament and Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you so much for watching and listening all season and just listening through, of course, the state tournament, as we are not allowed to video, but to appreciate the fact that you're listening and continuing to let us bring you these games. It's my pleasure to do this, as always, on behalf of TJ Miracle, who started the game with me today but had to leave to go out to the baseball fields to do Eunice baseball. That game starting here at 12:30, I believe. He is On behalf of TJ, I'm Dawn Morgan saying so long, thank you, and happy, safe travels to all of our teams and fans here from the state tournament going back home at whatever time they go back, today or tomorrow. Safe travels, and thank you very much. A great season again for our Lovington Lady Wildcats.